As the years go by, how lucky am I? I've never been hungry or endure any pain. Got a roof over my head to keep me out of the rain. I've had some difficult times, but somehow I got through. I don't think I would have made it without you. It's not gonna rain forever. Has been sunny for a while. Sometimes it has to rain to wash away the stain. So thanks for the rain, so I can cherish those sunny days. There's a storm outside, I'm warm and dry. Even when I am wet, I held my head up high. Be kind to people, even those who might hurt your pride. Life is what you make of it, every moment, every day. Try not to fight it and let love guide your way. It's not gonna rain forever. Has been sunny for a while. Sometimes it has to rain to wash away stains. So thanks for the rain, so I can cherish those sunny days. Life is what you make of it, every moment, every day. Try not to fight it and let love guide your way. It's not gonna rain forever. It has been sunny for a while. Sometimes it has to rain to wash away the stains. So thanks for the rain, so I can cherish those sunny days. So I can cherish those sunny days. Those sunny days. Those sunny days.
Hey. Well, here we are, live at the Cavern, right?
This is beautiful.
In
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, of course, with Dad's Music, Peter Tam, and special guest Daniel Yard. And I'll just hand that over to Peter Tam. I'm Gary Redmond, I'm sorry. Another Dad's Music Sunday night at 7 o'clock. And here's your host, Peter.
Oh, you're also the host. Co-host.
I'm also a host.
Do you like this jacket, Gary?
I think that's a pretty sharp-looking
It's
jacket.
It's my dad's jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the 70s.
Funny, it fits you really well.
Yeah, from the 70s. It's a little tight, but it's yeah. I thought tonight's theme, coming from the cavern where the Beatles started, and and all that. It's well, I'll tell you a little bit more why I have it on there a little later. But first, I want to welcome you and also acknowledge that we're here on the unceded territory of the Katzie First Nation and the Kwantlen First Nation here in Maple Ridge. This is where the studio is. And welcome, Daniel.
Nice.
Nice to have you here. We have a lot of friends in common. You know, it's just so.
The musical community is like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know you know Jeff Redmond.
Jeff Redmond.
Also, we play in the Elton John thing together.
Yeah, I've jammed with Jeff. Jeff came out to a couple of our jams over the past couple of years, and yeah, great keyboard player, great guy. Yeah.
And Patricia Dunphy.
Patricia, who was on your show last week. Yeah, yep. Patricia's. I co-host a Saturday afternoon jam at the White Hart Public House in Surrey, and Patricia has come out many times. I've known Patricia for a few years now. She came over to my place and we recorded a couple of her songs actually. So I'm quite familiar with her. With her songs and her musical style. So yeah.
So, well, welcome.
Thank you.
We're. I guess the very first question I have is, it's called Dad Music, and the reason why I just put a post on recently because I just realized the whole thing got started by a friend of mine named Pam Burns, and I don't know if you know her or not, Daniel, but Gary knows her.
Yeah,
Pam.
The name doesn't ring a bell,
I know
but
Pam
I
all
probably
too
have
well.
met her sometime.
Sweet lady.
She runs an open mic.
Okay.
And so she created this Facebook group called Corona Open Mic when the pandemic started.
Okay.
And then I was talking to her, and then she said, "Well, Peter, why don't you make up some sort of a live stream thing?" And so it kind of just morphed into this.
Okay.
I created a group called Dad's Music, and it just morphed into
Well,
this.
COVID was on, so it was
Yeah.
a way of still being able to connect and perform.
It's
in a safe environment, and yeah.
I've been trying to do it within like pre-recording because I can't have anybody here in the studio.
Well, you can't have an audience,
right?
Yeah.
So that was like in 2020, 2021. So later on in 2021, when things starting to open up a little bit, I start bringing people in because it's just absolutely impossible to have a proper session going with the audio, like impossible for Zoom or anything like that to have
right, yeah.
another person on real time. So so it didn't really get started until August when things are opening up. And I thought, okay, well, it's as long as we're keeping half the distance, we keep all the safety protocols, we should be okay.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Here we are,
This is a cool environment, and we are in a very cool place tonight.
And with, with this backdrop, we can be anywhere. The whole idea with the backdrop, okay, like tonight we're being in the cavern.
We're in the Cavern Club, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're in Liverpool tonight. So behind me you can see the actual walls of the cavern the way it looks now. They have done some renovations to it.
Yeah.
And I've never had the opportunity to actually visit the cavern myself, but it's great to be in the cavern tonight. It's fantastic. So, and I have my influences are, a lot of the British bands of the 60s, the Beatles and the Stones and
well, that was what's gonna ask you what your influences were.
yeah. So
So is that what your dad listened to when you
no,
were
my
young?
my dad was from a different era, of course, but he listened to Sinatra and country and stuff like that. So we're talking 40s and 50s, but and I understand that you are a big fan of the big band era of Sinatra. yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, so because my dad used to listen to all the Nat King Cole,
Right.
Louis
Okay.
Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald. So
Right.
all those, that era of songs, that's where it comes.
So that's what you heard growing up.
Yeah,
So that's your jazz influence.
that's right.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's why this is
Interesting.
called Dad's music to find out
That's
what.
fantastic. So now you know why it's called Dad's music.
It started
yeah.
that way, and
We've got Jenny coming on board here, and she's saying, "Hello, everybody! A cool jacket, Peter."
thanks, Jenny.
I think yeah.
Jenny
it
from
is a pretty
Montreal.
Cool jacket.
Really, Jenny likes your jacket.
Yeah.
I like your jacket. That's fantastic, man.
Really?
That's
I
so
think
retro.
I might actually wear this in my next show or something.
Awesome.
So yeah, merci, Jenny.
So I first saw Peter at the White Hart Pub, and when you did your Elton John tribute, which fabulous. Peter does a fabulous Elton John, and you were guesting on Johnny Elvis's show on us one Sunday afternoon. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's where I saw you,
Yeah.
and we briefly talked there. So really, what we should do is we should do an Elton John.
You want to
song.
start off with the
I
Elton
think we
John
should
song?
kick off the show here with an Elton John tune.
All right,
And
I can do that.
now I suggested your song because I prepared this, and you say to use the capo in the first fret, so you're playing it in a sharp. You're playing it.
Elton John likes the B flats and the E flats.
That is crazy on the
Yeah.
piano, like.
Oh no, this is
No?
it's
Or is that
fine.
good?
I love E flats. What is crazy is the Beethoven songs are in the C sharp
Yeah.
or D flat. So the last I was actually practicing a couple of songs just last week, and they were all in D flat.
So you like the
C-sharp
black
and-
keys?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's really weird. Some songs they actually work quite well. Like a C sharp has basically 5 sharps. Everything's sharp.
Wow,
Yeah. Hey,
that would really confuse me.
Daniel,
well, I mean,
you got to
it's-
get used to it. Black matters. Black matters.
Black keys matter.
Yeah.
Okay, with the guitar it's easy. I just put a capo on. So let's try
Yeah.
your song.
Here we go. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. Not one of those who can easily hide. Don't have much money, but boy, if I did, buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, then again, no, or a man who makes portions in a traveling show. What I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I ever seen, and you can tell everybody this is your song. Maybe it's quite simple words. Now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down words. How wonderful life is when you're in the world. I sat on the roof, kicked up the moss with a few of those verses. Well, they got me quite cross. The sun's been quite kind. Why I wrote this song
like you that keep it turned on. Excuse me for getting these things I do. Yeah, I've forgotten if they're green or the blue. Anyway, this thing is what I really mean. Yours are the sweetest eyes I ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. Maybe it's quite simple words now that it's done. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down words. How wonderful life is, you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down words. How wonderful life is, you're in the world.
Oh, that was fun. You see, folks, I've been trying to tell you this about this guy. There's this fabulous Elton John tribute. That was such a great show that day. You did all the hits, and the best thing about it was all live. The piano was all live. A lot of guys, a lot of people out there who do tributes use backtracks. I mean, you use backtracks, but it's great if you can have the live piano there. I thought it was such a great show. So that was great being able to play an Elton John song with you. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you. That sounded really good with the guitar. Because a lot of times, when I play your song,
yeah,
it's just the piano. But if you listen to the album version, there's the guitar in the back.
You can hear the acoustic rhythm in there, and
it's important to have that rhythm. Actually.
It adds different little inflections to the chord structures, and very nice.
So next time I do a Elton John tribute, can you come and just
Absolutely, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his, and a lot of those albums.
Great.
And there's a lot of great guitar in those albums
and if
too.
you play electric, maybe we can do Saturday night.
Yeah.
Or night, all right.
Saturday. Yeah, man, that's a party song.
Hey, we got another big fan. Anne-Marie is a big Elton John fan as well.
Oh, Anne-Marie. Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Anne-Marie
joining
came
in.
out to our jam yesterday and brought her piano and played along with a couple of the jammers. And
Oh, cool.
nice you're tuning in, Anne-Marie. So okay,
Well,
we're
now let's go back to the whole idea behind this, because we're talking about songwriting.
and influences.
So let's talk about a song that you have written and tell me about it,
Well, I'm a product of the '60s, and I don't want to date myself, but there's no avoiding it. But it was a great era because things were changing in the '60s in recorded music, and when the Beatles hit the scene, they changed the way music was recorded. They brought the bottom end up, and the way it was mixed, it kind of changed the whole sound. And so a lot of my influences were from their sound and the guitar playing and everything else, and the Chuck Berry sound and all that. So I first started performing when I was 12 years old. My first performance in front of the school, and then I put my first band together when I was 15. And very ambitious. I didn't want to just listen to the radio. I wanted to be on the radio. Okay, so that was my very ambitious to get to get a record deal.
So you start playing when you were 15?
My first band, we
Right.
performed at my high school. We were all 15 years old.
Okay, so I just want to have to apologize to the audience that we're kind of going, but I'm pushing you to off a tangent. I was just gonna tell what happened now when you have this band going.
Well, we got a manager who was able to provide some financial help for us, and we made a demo, and we were completely green. We went to LA. We knocked on doors with our demo tape, and we landed a recording contract. We're all like 17 years old, and we had our first recording contract. We all went down to LA. We made some records down there, and we had some records released in the States and Canada. And at that time, we're talking late 60s. So to get airplay was a little tricky, but we got with London Records in Canada. We had some records played, and we did some touring as much as we could as 17, 18-year-olds, but we had a lot of fun with it, and it gave us a good taste of the record industry and how it works, especially in LA, and being down there and young kids. We were just soaking it all up. And then later on, I got a job with Columbia Records a couple of years later, and me and a buddy were writing songs like crazy by then. And we landed an offer from Columbia Records, and it was just the timing was off because we were already signed to a Vancouver label, so they threatened to sue Columbia for tampering with us, which was really kind of crazy. But Columbia, of course, a big label doesn't fool around, so they took the next band on the list, and we lost out, But the next band on the list below us was April Wine. So April Wine got our record deal. They were called Mash McCann at the time, band from Montreal, and which really soured us. But that's how the record machine works.
So who were you signed with in Vancouver?
We were signed to a small label, Ocelot Records, and they were giving us money and paying our rent and buying us groceries and. Just trying to entice us, but
they never take you anywhere. They
never really took us anywhere. They supplied recording time and all that, and we got a lot of songs recorded. But that was a really close shave with fame and fortune there. And it's unfortunate that sometimes management or bad management. What happened? Comparable to this is Heart. Now Heart was signed to Mushroom Records in 1974, and Columbia Records again came calling. They wanted Heart. They wanted the Wilson sisters, and instead of Mushroom saying no, we'll sue you for tampering, they made a deal with Columbia and said, okay, you guys give us the first album, and you can have the girls. So Columbia said okay. Which was Dreamboat Annie. So Dreamboat Annie was recorded and paid for by Columbia, and they gave the album to Mushroom. Mushroom released it, made all the money on it, and then the Wilson sisters signed with Columbia. So that was a more compromised way of doing business,
I didn't think you could sell people so easily like that.
Sure you can.
That's almost like pimping or something. I don't know.
It just depends, how much you believe in a particular artist, and of course, Heart became a huge act for Columbia, and they made a ton of cash. And
I remember in the day I heard Heart came to Langara College. I was taking fine arts back there back in 1972, 3, 4, till 1974, and they came and they played a free concert at the college. I could hear them from my studio. I was really involved with this sculpting at the time, but oh my gosh, they just sounded so good. I couldn't believe how good they sounded. Like, who is that?
Yeah.
And they went on to fame and fortune.
A friend of mine from high school was their drummer, became their drummer. So
wow.
He told me some interesting road stories about Ann and Nancy hotel rooms. I won't talk about that here, but
We'll have to bring you back and
stories of the
more
road,
stories.
man. I tell you, yeah.
Well, let's go. Let's get back on track.
Okay,
about
so
the song
okay.
that you just were. I was just asking you about this.
Okay,
This
we're in
original
the
song.
we're in the cavern. I think it's appropriate we do a Beatles song.
You want to do a Beatles?
Yeah.
Song? Okay.
Let's do a Beatles song because we're
Sure.
in the cavern here, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the backdrop here. It's just fantastic being here, where the Beatles got discovered. Okay, so I think it's appropriate we do a Beatles song. So
Yep.
a song I thought would be cool, since you're sort of, you're jazz influenced. We could do sort of a jazz version of "Can't Buy Me Love."
Okay. Let's see what we can do.
And buy me love, can't buy me love, can't buy me love. 2, 3. I buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I don't care too much for money, but money can't buy me love. I get you anything you want. I have a lot to give, what I got to you. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Can't buy me love. Everybody tell me so. Can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say you don't need no diamond ring, and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. I can't buy me love. Everybody tell me so. Can't buy me love. No, say you don't need no diamond ring, I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money, but money can't buy me love. I can't buy me love. Love can't buy me love. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Fun
First
playing the
time.
Beatles song here in the cavern.
Yeah. Okay,
My
we'll
dream has come true.
We'll do some more afterward too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was fun.
All right.
Dan,
So-
Dan,
back
Dan,
to-
you're gonna have to scribe your initials on the wall behind you, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So back
That's a
to
good
my
idea.
original questions. Your original song.
Original song. Okay, well, we should talk about the Songwriters Workshop, because this was a fun little project that we did at the White Hart Pub within the last year or so. And we assembled different songwriters to come in and contribute a song, one song, to a collection or album of songs. And we ended up with 10 different songwriters. And it's interesting that, now I mentioned this Saturday afternoon jam that I do at the White Hart Pub with Graham Newberry as my partner. And he came to me one day and he said, listen, my dad writes poetry and he has this poem that he'd like you to put music to. So the story on Graham's dad, Alan Newberry, is that he's well known in the local radio scene. he was with CKDA in Victoria and some other stations. He's 85 years old now. He lives in Kerrisdale and he writes poetry. So, and he's seemed like he's kind of a lonely old guy because, he doesn't get any respect anymore, So
no respect.
No respect.
I tell you,
So,
no respect.
I got some notes here. So he gave me this
That was a
poem.
line from Don Rickles, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I can't remember lyrics for the life of me anymore. My mind is going, but it's good to have notes. Okay, so I have some notes here. This poem he gave me is called Down at the Pizza Joint. So he hangs out in Kerrisdale there. He's walking around the streets and no one looks at him. No one says hello to him. No one respects him anymore. So, but they know his name down at the pizza joint. So I put some music to his poem and we recorded it. And it's on YouTube. Lonely on the street, I got no one to meet. Folks pass by, they walk so fast, I just want to say what's the point. I just want to scream, what's your point? I'll meet you at the pizza joint. I'm so sad and I know I'm not bad, but so lonely. They ignore me, they don't know me, but they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, I'm somebody at the pizza joint. They know my name. Down at the pizza joint. Not the kind folks wanna meet. They treat me like a geek. They rush by, look down at me. I just wanna say what's the point. I just wanna scream, what's your point? I'll meet you at the pizza joint. I'm so sad and I know I'm not bad, but so lonely. They ignore me, they don't know me, but they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, I'm somebody at the pizza joint. They know my name. Down at the pizza joint. Okay, I'm gonna play a little guitar thing here. So lonely, they ignore me, they don't know me, but they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, I'm somebody at the pizza joint.
At the pizza joint.
They know my name. Down at the pizza joint. All right. On the street I'm just a face. They treat me like a disgrace. When they look down on me I feel so alone. I wanna say what's the point. I just wanna scream what's the point. I'll meet you at the pizza joint. I'm so sad and I know I'm not bad, but so lonely. They ignore me, they don't know me, but they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, they know my name. Down at the pizza joint, I'm somebody at the pizza joint. They know my name. Down at the pizza joint.
My mouth is just watering for a ham and pineapple.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Ham and pineapple.
That's
should try kiwi and pineapple.
Maybe with extra cheese.
Okay, so I still haven't gone with Alan Newberry to his local pizza joint that he wrote this poem about. So that's on my bucket list. And Alan, if you're out there listening, we gotta go down. And
Where is this pizza joint?
It's in Kerrisdale, where he wanders around there. He's got a favorite pizza place he goes to.
Well,
so
we should do a road trip and get together.
yeah, we should all go down there.
Go down there for pizza.
Absolutely, man.
I like that. I'm in the mood.
It's historic.
Yeah, so it's funny how songs are written. Songs, the influences of putting a song together can come from many different sort of formulas. Like I said, he gave me a poem, so the lyrics were already laid out, and I just had to put music to them. But as you know, when you're reading a poem, sometimes the words create a rhythm. When you're reading poetry, and to me, a lot of times, melodies jump out of these rhythm of the lyrics. So for me, anyway, I did a stint writing radio jingles some years back. So radio jingles are condensed songs into either 15 seconds or 30 seconds, where you're given a theme or you're given a product name, and you got to come up with something. So, like, I work good with themes. You give me a theme, and I can write you a song in a half an hour. I can sit down, or I can pass the Hank Williams test. You know the Hank Williams test?
No, what's the Hank Williams test?
When he signed his recording contract, they said to him, "Okay, you think you're a songwriter? Go in the next room and write us a song." And they gave him a theme, broken hearts, crying in your beer. And he went in the next room and he wrote one of his biggest songs ever. Walking down the I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. One of the biggest Hank Williams songs ever. So working with themes is always a great thing for triggering the brain. You know?
That's a lot of times that's how some of my songs comes about.
By a lyrical idea or a lyrical theme, My ex-wife used to write poetry, and poetry would be laying around the apartment, and so I used to pick certain poems out and put music.
Did you say your ex-wife?
My ex-wife, yeah.
Oh, so you picked something that she didn't.
I've got one of those.
And what happened was
Daniel, I got one of those.
Yeah.
And I write poetry too.
I think she was stealing the songs after all, because she called me one time from LA and said, a local band here has recorded one of our songs, and she played the song over the phone to me. I never found out if she made any royalties off it. She said the check's in the mail, but
she was asking you if her check was in the mail. That's probably what it was.
So anyway, she wrote this poem, and I'm looking at this poem and I'm thinking, either my wife is lesbian, or she's thinking of a lesbian relationship, or just considering it, because the song was called "She's the One." So I thought, and I thought, okay, well, this is a cool little poem.
But
and
you said so.
And then a band ended up recording this. After we split up, she left town.
So was it you that wrote the lyrics?
She wrote the lyrics. It was a
okay.
poem, and I put music to it.
Yeah.
It was a poem before, without music, it's a poem,
Mm-hmm.
But with the music, it became. I'll just play a couple of verses of this. Okay. She's the one. Now keep in mind, these lyrics are written by a chick. Okay, so. She's the one, a lover of the world. She's the one, for her there's no cure. She's the one, she gives sweetest love, and she'll take you down. was the basic idea for the song, and it gets very, very romantic. And I thought, okay, this is really odd for a girl to write a song like that, but things you never know about your spouse. Anyway, we're talking about ideas and themes for songs, and in our songwriters workshop, we also covered something that's pretty interesting. I heard Paul McCartney say one day that he'd hear songs in his dreams. You know, if you're quick enough to realize that in your dream, your brain is writing the song, and you hear the song in your dream. You hear the words and the melody and everything. And if you're quick enough to catch that as you're waking up, then you've got sometimes you come up with a really good song. This song here, I'm just gonna tell you that we talked about Frank Sinatra. Now, my dad used to play this stuff around the house, and I guess it was in my brain, and my brain was thinking along those lines, and this song came to me, and it's called "This Town," and I thought, okay, this is a good song for Frank, but Frank died on me. So
how dare you?
How dare him die on me? I had his next hit.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, I heard this song in my dream. Chord structure, everything. This town is mine tonight. Even though she's gone, I won't be alone. I'm gonna take this town tonight. This town is mine tonight. She's a restless child, running wild. She won't let me sleep tonight. This town is mine. I'm gonna show that girl just what I found. I'm gonna take this town. Love is all around. She ain't bringing me down. No way. I'm gonna find me a bash. Gonna spend some cash. Gonna take her down. Gonna spin her around. Gonna show that girl I don't need her now. No more. I've got a new girl now. Walking side by side under neon lights. She's gonna treat me right tonight. This town is mine. Gonna show that girl just what I found. I'm gonna take this town. Love is all around. She ain't bringing me down. No way. I'm gonna find me a bash. Gonna spend some cash. Gonna take her down. Gonna spin her around. Gonna show that girl I don't need her now. No more. This town is mine tonight. Even though she's gone, I won't be alone. I'm gonna take this town tonight. This town is mine tonight. This town is mine tonight. This town is mine. Well, I dreamt most of the idea for the song,
Oh.
and It happens sometimes. It's happened a couple of times with me, and I'm sure it happens with other songwriters. You hear things in your sleep, and you don't know where they come from sometimes. But if you're quick enough in REM as you're coming to realize that.
So was it the lyrics that you dreamt of, or was it
I had
the
to figure
melody?
the chords out, and I had this melody and the lyrics, and I had to sit down and figure the chords out. But yeah, it does happen, and it's another influence, another way of constructing songs, and they come from many different. A lot of songwriters start with a melody. Elton John and Bernie Taupin used to work that way, and Bernie Taupin, as you know, wrote the lyrics to a lot of those big hits, and Bernie would mail him these poems, and Elton would sit down to piano, and most of those big hits were written that way. So Elton would add music to Bernie's poetry. So
now did Bernie ever add a little bit of the music in his mind? Did he have anything going?
That's one part I always wondered about.
I always
Bernie
wondered
Taupin
too. Or is
was
it just
actually a
poem?
musician, or was he just a lyricist?
Yeah, that's the part I don't quite grasp. If did he have any of the music in his mind? Was he playing a guitar when he was writing, or something?
That's pretty interesting.
I've been looking up stuff and all that, but I haven't seen anything about him contributing to the melody part.
The melody part, no. And of course, there have been other songwriting teams in history that have written that way. A lyricist, Hal David and Burt Bacharach worked that way, and they wrote a lot of the hits from the 60s. They wrote a pile of hits.
Yeah,
one wrote the lyrics, one wrote the melodies.
I do the same thing. My latest album have 7 songs, and 4 of them is the lyrics written by Bill Butler.
Oh, really?
He sends me the poems, and I turn them into music.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great way to write. And you don't even have to really be together in the same room.
No, and what I do too is sometimes I have to make some minor changes to make
the music fit.
Yeah, because and especially some of the words. There's this one part, I can't remember what it was, but when I sing it, it sounds like I really like your ass.
Oh, you got to watch words like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we have to change it to something that's a little bit more less.
I've gotten into trouble for saying stuff like that.
Well, no, but that's not that's not
deliberately as well.
It just sounds like that when you sing it. It sounds like something about your ass or something.
Jenny, help us out.
Help us out. As ass or something as. No. Kind of end it with the word "as" and yeah.
I write a lot of poetry and I try to write songs now. And one day, what I did once, I wrote more of a poem, but I wrote the poem by listening to some heavy bass on a bass, big stand-up bass, and I was listening to a backtrack of stand-up bass, and it was just going a boom, 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 boom,
really?
boom, 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 boom.
And the song
boom,
came
boom.
to you.
Yeah, well, the whole vision came to me, and I just kept writing and writing and writing. It was a lot of fun.
There you go. So there's So whatever triggers the brain to come up with melodies or even lyrics sometimes come to you, and you can be driving down the street and you'll see a phrase or something will catch your in a kind of a moment of creativity, and you take that phrase and work around it and develop a song.
Yeah.
Songs are written in a lot of different ways, and it's interesting hearing how songwriters like Paul McCartney spoke about how he wrote Yesterday, one of the biggest songs the Beatles ever did. And he said for weeks, I think he said even months, the song, he called it Scrambled Egg, because it was just, in fact, he said it was such a a nice melody that he was staying at the home of Peter Asher, Peter and Gordon. He was dating Peter Asher's girlfriend, or sister. I'm sorry, sister Jane Asher. So he was staying at the Asher residence, and he was writing songs there. And he sat down over breakfast and he sang the song to Peter Asher's mother and asked her, "Have you heard this song before?" Because the song sounded so familiar to him. And it was yesterday. And she says, "No, it's a nice song, but I've never heard it before." So sometimes songs can have such a familiar sounding melody that you think you've heard them before somewhere, you know. And my mother used to tell me, if that happens to you,
Oops.
someone's calling you.
Yep.
My mother used to say, if that happens to you, if you think you've heard the song somewhere before, you've got a hit song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
usually that's the earlier version of the algorithm that makes the hit songs these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's primarily yeah. Let's do another song together.
Okay, well, another artist that a songwriter that I've admired over the years is Bruce Springsteen, and
Oh yeah.
he's written a lot of great tunes. And,
We love the boss.
Yeah, and he even, you know, it's great when a song, you know, it's fine to hear a song performed by a band, and you've got all the instruments, you've got a big arrangement, but what makes a song a good song is when you can take that song and just play it on your guitar. And I know Springsteen did a tour just with his acoustic guitar, and he played all his big hits just on the one guitar. So
Unplugged.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's Brian Adams did unplug. The Egos had their unplugged, and yeah.
yeah,
And that's yeah. You know, if you can unplug a song,
strip it right down.
It's a true song.
Exactly.
Yeah. None of these other gadgets has to go and make it.
Yeah.
So which one do you want to do?
We should try Hungry Heart and strip it down.
Okay.
That was a big hit of his. I really liked that song. I liked the lyrics and everything.
Okay.
So I do it in A. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the piano part. Got a wife and kids and fallen, but Jack, I went up for a ride and I never went back. Like a river that don't know where it's flown, I took a wrong turn and I just kept going. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and just play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Whoa, yeah. I met her in a Kingstown bar. We fell in love, I knew we had to end. We took what we had and we ripped it apart. Now here I am down in Kingstown again. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your money and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Let's see. You got it. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Back to the A. Everybody needs a place to rest. Everybody wants to have a home. Don't make no difference what nobody says. Ain't nobody like to be alone. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down Yeah, nice. Sound nice with the piano.
Okay, I have a question, and it's been bugging me all night. Why do you have a little cat picture in the middle of your
I thought
guitar?
you'd never ask. This is my rescue cat.
Yeah?
His name is Peanut, and he came from a litter of 7 kittens. And as you know, the mother cat only has 6 nipples.
Mm-hmm.
So he was kind of left out, and I didn't really check on the litter until a week in. I thought I'd leave her alone with her kittens. And when I checked in, he looked really scrawny, and he didn't have much fur, and it was really sad. So I put him on formula and saved his life. So he's 4 years old now. He's doing really good, but he's a little slow. I think he's being malnourished kind of affected him.
Oh.
But yeah, so I thought I'd honor him by putting him on my guitar and take him wherever I go. Yeah.
Because you can't actually put them in your guitar.
That's a pretty cool story. I like that. I know a lot of people are very fond of it. I grew up with I think my mother was technically the cat lady.
Oh, really?
We had 28 cats at one time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and multiply that by about 1,000 fleas at one time.
Holy Toledo.
So,
we had 13
yeah.
cats, and I thought that was a lot. 28 is, that's pretty crazy.
Well, most of them were kittens, and it was our job as my parents' kids, we had to give them away, the kittens. And finally I broke down, come on, get them spaded, neutered.
Wow, so you had cats having cats, and cats
Yeah.
who begat other cats.
Well, my mother was afraid of mice. What can I
Oh,
say?
that
She
is
had a
sweet that
fear
your
of
mother
mice.
even tolerated that.
That's what it was.
Quite something.
Wow. Well, how are we doing for time, Garrett?
Oh, you've got. I think you
Time for
probably
one more?
have time for one more song.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Well, there's another. If that's the case, then since I'm sitting here with a great piano player, I'm sure you know a Billy Joel song.
Billy Joel. Who's that?
I happen to bring,
Peter knows Billy Joel all
I
too
happen
well.
to bring a harmonica here. I was
Yeah.
hoping that you would do Piano Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know that song.
That'd be wonderful if you could play that, and I'll see if I can pull off the.
Gary
this-
plays harmonicas too.
No, well, I've heard Daniel earlier, and I think he's got this one nailed.
I went
For
over
sure.
it a few times. I was hoping that you would know it, and
Okay.
so let's try this. And
So before we get into the song, there's one thing that I forgot to mention tonight is that if you're watching this live stream on Facebook, the comments are actually coming from YouTube. So you have to be on YouTube. You have to watch it on YouTube to be able to do the comments. It's just that the way that our system set up is we're streaming to both platforms, and unfortunately we have to pick one or the other because it would just be too. I don't have 2 Garys. If I have 2 Garys, maybe I can have responding comments to both
Thank you,
platforms.
Peter. I appreciate that.
But I only have 1 Gary, so we're just gonna pick and choose and just pick YouTube.
Is it too late to clone me right now? I mean, how
Yeah.
if you fed me lots of water and beer, I might go
I'm
really
sorry,
fast.
I broke the mold. I couldn't clone you. We couldn't, yeah. So if you want to make a comment, that's like Jenny here. I see a lot of the comments from Jenny. Thank you.
thanks, Jenny, for supporting the show.
Jenny's the best.
Yeah, Jenny's always here every Sunday night with us.
I lived in Montreal for a couple of years, actually, and I got to record with country music star Renee Martel, she's probably retired now. I don't know if her records are still played there, but my manager got me in the studio with her, and we recorded a song together, and it was released as a single. So that's my claim to fame with Montreal.
Well, okay. So I wanted to maybe before we go into the song, just wrap up everything. And First, I just wanted to say thank you to Daniel for joining me tonight.
Well, thanks for having me, Peter.
I love the stories that you have. You know that you're almost this close to a deal with Columbia record. That is just amazing. I think and but I think all these other things that you're doing with the songwriting sessions and all that, you're probably, I think you're inspiring others.
I hope so.
Because right now you inspire me. I'm gonna get
I'm
gonna
glad
get
to
back
hear
into
that.
more writing because this what we talked about and this is yeah.
Well, we all inspire each other.
I'm gonna write down my dreams.
Yeah, write down themes.
Yeah.
Even if it's a couple of words. If you're out there and you're wanting to write songs, start with a theme, and something that evokes emotion, like how much you hate your ex-boyfriend or whatever.
That's what a lot of songs
Lots of emotion there. Yeah.
So and also next week, I just wanted to see if Gary can pop on the screen what's going on next week. I don't have a guest next week because I'm doing a show on Sidor. I don't know if you ever heard of Sidor. It's another live stream, but it's managed by this app or let's say it's a whole different thing, and so it's like they're the presenter.
Okay.
They're the virtual presenter. So
okay.
So they're charging ticket price and all that, and I run the show.
Oh my God!
And I do the show. So it's
a theme of love songs, apparently.
Yeah. So the
I hope you get a kickback.
The song. Well, I do. It's all on a contract. How much they make, how much I make, and so forth. So I hope I can get some people out and get some, sell some tickets and come see me play and play like about an hour worth of love songs. I was getting close.
Yeah.
I just call it love. I don't want. I try to stay away from this Valentine's thing. It's not.
Okay, I get
it's
it.
all marketing with
yeah.
The Hallmark cards. But I do love the love songs.
There's a lot of love songs.
There's a lot of love songs, especially in the era of music that I do, the jazz, smooth jazz genre.
Oh yeah.
Lots and lots of love songs. So I thought, it's a perfect opportunity to work with Sidor to create a show.
That sounds really cool. So you've got Valentine's, you've got love songs, and a little bit of monetary benefits from it, which is good.
Let's face it. It wasn't until rap and hip hop came along that we started getting hate songs. So there.
No, they're not hate songs. They're called angry music.
Angry music. That's angry music.
There are a lot of angry people out there. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So we're here in the cavern, and it's been wonderful. I hope you all enjoyed the backdrop. I noticed the scenes are kind of changing and taking us around the club.
We're on the stage in the cavern. We're on the one end of the cavern where the stage is.
Is that where we are? This is the stage area. Okay.
Yeah, we're on the stage.
I didn't
that's why you have
recognize it
this
here,
wall
but-
behind this
Okay.
wall behind us.
This is where the Beatles actually stood and
Yep.
performed.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and then when Gary comes, see Gary's on the other side of the at the cavern. So when Gary comes on, you can see the bar.
Oh, there's the bar in the back there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Where is that? It's right behind me here.
Put the other screen on, Gary. The first one. The first button.
Yeah, it's
Gary.
right there, Gary.
Gary, the first button.
Yeah.
The first button.
Oh, the first one.
There you go. See,
Hey.
it says the cavern
All
right
right.
there.
I'll have a
I can
gin
reach
and-
it better from the other one.
I'll have a gin and tonic back there, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, make it a double.
Yeah.
All right.
So Gary's looking at that
I think
way.
Tom Cruise did this in a movie once.
Oh, fantastic.
You guys are running out of time.
Okay, let's get the song. Let's get the song. So
Okay. here
so
we
so
go.
you start it off, and I'll
You
try to
just-
remember
you
the
just-
harmonica.
You just jump in with the
Okay.
harmonica.
All right.
10 o'clock on a Saturday or Sunday, a regular crowd shovels in. There's a man sitting next to me, making love with his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes. Well, it's sad and it's sweet, but I know it complete when I wore the younger man's clothes. Sorry.
I listened to this before we came.
Let's try it again. Let's try it again.
Okay.
So I have to leave that.
Yeah, this little harmonica part comes in after that.
That's right.
After
yeah,
that verse, right?
Totally forget. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Let's take it from.
Bear with us, folks.
Son, when you, son, can you sing me a memory?
I'm not really sure how it goes.
Well, it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore the younger man's clothes. Da 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 da. Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Where we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drink for free. He's quick with a joke, ought to light up your smoke. There's some place that he'd rather be. He said, Pete, I believe this is killing me. As he walked away with a smile from his face, he said I could have been a movie star if I could get out of this place. Paul is a real estate novelist. He'd never have time for a wife. He's talking to Dave,
You're still in the Navy.
probably will be for life. Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling alright. Oh, it's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. The manager gives me a smile. He knows that it's me they've been coming to see. Forget about life for a while. Said, piano sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. He said at the bar they put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Well, sing us a song, you're a piano man. Sing us a song tonight.
pretty close.
That was beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
You know,
Thank you, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
I have the reason I left the harmonica part out, and I got so used to that.
So you
playing
used
it.
to leaving it out. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
the reason is now I remember. I got so used to playing it without it
Without it, yeah.
because I don't have an harmonica.
Of course.
So it's just that extra. It seems like it's just I was just doing it on the piano. I just.
But that's you left a lot of my parts out there. But you know something? It's a good rehearsal. We'll try it again next time.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
And we'll nail it.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Thanks very much, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, and hope to see you next Sunday through Side Door, and you can still watch the show on YouTube afterward. That's probably what Daniel and I are gonna do afterwards. You can still just go to YouTube and watch it and critique our own performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Good night.
Thanks, Peter.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We'll see you next time. It was a pleasant experience tonight with Danielle Yard, Peter, and see you next week. Bye now.